Welcome to Think Well, Live Well. Today I'm diving into something we all face, making decisions. You know, we all want to be more confident, more decisive. But let's be real. It's not always that simple, is it? Get this. Some studies estimate that the average adult makes 35,000 decisions every single day. I mean, from what to wear to hitting that snooze button for the third time, it all adds up. So, you'd think with all that practice, we'd be total pros at this, right? But so often we end up feeling just stuck, frustrated, maybe a little disconnected, or just running on autopilot, second-guessing everything. Alright, so here's what we're going to cover today. We'll look at why we feel stuck, the science behind our competing brains, how to trust that inner compass, listen to your gut, tackle the really tough choices, and finally, how to bounce back stronger no matter what. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Max, and this is part of our Think Well, Live Well series. Now, let's get into it.
Okay, so first things first, let's talk about why even small decisions can feel so overwhelming. You know that feeling of being totally paralyzed? It's because when you're stuck, it doesn't feel like it's about just one choice. It feels like your entire life is on hold. I love this quote from Mel Robbins. It really hits home. Every aspect of your life is in large part a result of your past decisions. Wow, that's a lot to take in, right? It totally explains why being indecisive feels so heavy, because it feels like our entire future is just waiting for us to make a move. Now here's the good news. If you feel this internal tug of war, it's not you. It's not some personal failing. It's actually a scientific reality of how our brains are wired. So research and clinical reasoning shows our minds are running two systems at the same time in parallel. On one side, you've got your fast intuitive system. This is your gut feeling. It sees patterns instantly. On the other side, there's your slow analytical system. This is the one that's making lists, gathering data, trying to think through every single angle. And you guessed it, they're often pulling in opposite directions. And this whole internal conflict, well, that's at the heart of a field called behavioral science. It completely flipped the script on the old idea that we're all just perfectly rational beings. The reality is we are way more complicated and frankly more interesting than that. And look at this. This chart just says it all. A study from the International Journal for Multidisciplinary Research found that over half of us, 55%, use a blend of both rational and what you might call irrational thinking. Only about a third of people operate from a purely logical place. We're a mix, and that's totally normal. Okay, so if we're not these perfect, rational robots, what are we using to navigate the world? Well, let's talk about this incredible tool you were literally born with, your intuition. Think of it like an inner GPS. Seriously, it's this intelligent system that's hardwired into you. It's constantly scanning the energy of people, of places, of potential choices, and checking if they line up with your true north. You know, your core values, your authentic self. And listen, this isn't just some fuzzy feel-good idea. There is real science backing this up. Studies have shown that in really high-stakes fields, I'm talking firefighters, A and E doctors, expert intuition can actually be faster and even more accurate than a slow step-by-step analysis. Pretty incredible, right? So, the big question is, if this inner compass is so powerful, how do we actually learn to tune in and listen to it over all the other noise? Okay, let's break down some practical steps. This is a really simple 3-step process you can try. First, just pause. Take 3 slow breaths. The goal isn't to empty your mind, it's just to connect with your body. Step 2. Think about a choice you're facing and pay attention to what happens in your body. Seriously, where do you feel it? And third, interpret those signals. A feeling of openness, calm, maybe even excitement, that's a yes. But that tight, constricted, dread-like feeling in your stomach, that's a hard no. But what's so wild is we don't really do this.
So if we look at how we actually make decisions, a full 40% of us go straight to the pro-con list. We seek advice. We analyze data. But only about 18% of people say they primarily just trust their gut. It's like we're wired for intuition, but we've all been trained to ignore it and overanalyze instead. And a big reason for that is because the hardest choices, the really big life-changing ones, come with this huge obstacle that just drowns out our intuition. Fear. Specifically, the fear of the consequences.
You see, it's not really about the truth or untruths. It's about the aftermath of telling the truth. Think about that. Most of the time, you already know the right call deep down. What you're really dreading isn't making the choice. It's dealing with the fallout, the awkward conversations, other people's reactions, all of that mess. Okay, let's put this into a real-life gut-wrenching example. Imagine you're getting married in a few weeks. The invitations are sent, the venue's paid for, but you have this constant, heavy feeling of dread. Your gut is screaming, "This is a massive mistake." What do you possibly do in that situation? This is such a critical point, and it's kind of counterintuitive. The right decision often feels wrong, and it feels awful in the moment, because you know it's going to create an emotional storm. So in that wedding example, the dread you feel is the signal from your gut, the fear and anxiety about calling it off. That's the storm you have to walk through. And if that fear of what other people will think feels super real to you, well, you're in good company. Research shows it's practically universal. Check this out. A combined 72% of people, yes, 72% say their decisions are significantly or moderately influenced by what others think. Only 4% claim it doesn't affect them at all. Wow. And this brings us to a crucial point. Trusting your gut isn't just about hearing the signal. It's also about trusting yourself to handle whatever comes next. That ability, that skill has a name. It's called resilience. Resilience is just how well you can deal with and bounce back from the tough stuff life throws at you. But here's the most important thing to remember. It is not a trait you're born with. It's a skill, a behavior. It's something anyone can learn and develop over time. So, how do you build it? Well, you can actively work on it. It's about finding a sense of purpose that's bigger than whatever problem you're facing. It's building up that belief in yourself that you can handle it, developing a strong support system, embracing change instead of fighting it, and of course, taking care of yourself. The more you build that trust in your ability to handle any outcome, the less scary it becomes to make that hard choice. So, at the end of the day, learning to trust your gut isn't just about making one decision. It's about building the resilience to handle the consequences and having the courage to align your life with what you know deep down is true for you.
Your inner compass is already pointing the right way for you. The real question is, are you brave enough to follow it? All have a fantastic day. And if this connected with you, please subscribe for more mindset tips.